Welcome to the Yeah Come On Show with Southside Steve.
Yeah, come on. And it's a wonderful day to be in the Exit Wealth studio and also be in the Exit Stage Left Advisors studio. Boy, the whole world's here today, man. There's business going on. There's people in the meeting rooms. I just shot the red, white, and green and talked to an entrepreneur that's got a great business plan, and I'll just tease it. We don't have him as a sponsor, but maybe we should. This guy, Jeff, check this out, because you're a dating man. You're out there. You got a girlfriend, but you never know. You want to do nice things. Your mother lives out of state. It's the surprise-flowers.com. And it'll be available on the Red, White, and Green show. You can see the interview on YouTube. We're going to post it up. But the guy started it, and it's flowers. So you go to him and say, hey, I want to buy flowers twice a year, 3 times a year, 4 times a year. You pay him that money. You pay him up front. It's paid for. Then they put you into the old computer or whatever, and then you tell them the address you want it to be sent. You tell them the person, and they get with you. Then it's a surprise. So it's not going to be on their birthday. It's not going to be on Christmas. It's not going to be on Valentine's Day.
Isn't this 1-800-Flowers?
No, 1-800-Flowers, who I proudly endorsed when I was in commercial radio. What those guys do, you order flowers and you send it to them. What Surprise Flowers is that you don't know what you're going to get. You have a price range.
Okay.
And it's a surprise, so they pick the date.
So it's a surprise to you and the recipient.
Yes.
Okay. What happens if you forget you did it and then, hey, thanks for the flowers. Oh, yeah, I got those for you. You know how you see like in movies.
Or you forget and your wife comes home or your girlfriend comes home with flowers. You're like, yo, man, what the hell?
Yeah.
Who sent you flowers? And then you're like, oh, I did it. No, so what they do is they send you, the person that decided to do it, a reminder 2 weeks out.
Okay.
So 2 weeks out, they give you the date. And if you have plans or you're leaving to go out of town on vacation, or y'all aren't going to be here, or she's not going to be here, then you can alternate it then. Well, and at that time, you write the message that applies to that moment.
And so they probably sniff out the best deals based on the time of year and the day.
They save you money.
They save you money, so it's very affordable.
Extremely affordable.
I get it. That's
they deal with the local businesses, the flower shops in your area. Yeah. They've got the 1, 2, and 3. If the one flower shop can't do it, they go to the second. They go to the third. Yeah. They negotiate the deal. They get it low within the price range. They get it sent, and it's a surprise.
So surprise-flowers.com. Okay. I know you've been very busy here, so you haven't kept up with any of the Dr. Fauci today. You're ready to get blindsided in today's politictainment.
I am looking 100% and being blindsided. My day yesterday was spent at Regal Nissan, where we're going to go shoot a live show from the service department. And then from there, I went and got home, got showered, and got back, and I went to a GOP, Fulton County Republican software teaching course. Mm-hmm. And the guys that run the podcast that I'm on with John Rocker on Rumble, and we'll be on tonight, actually, Wednesday night. And our show's at 7 p.m. if you want to watch it on Rumble. It's edgy. We go there. We go places you can't go on YouTube, say things we can't. And it's the John Rocker Southside Steve show. But Evan and Tyler, who run that show, were flown down from Columbus, Ohio, where they live, to teach this course because they have realized that Republicans did not win certain offices because they were outsmarted by the technical,
by the digital, the social media, digital marketing. As they're saying, some of the GOP districts need a little help with technology.
So last night I'm sitting there because I just went down to say hi. I'm like, you know what? I'll sit through the 2-hour course. I got a ton of notes. I've got some ideas for you and I.
For our show, we can apply this here, too.
Yes, not just because we're not running for office, but we're running for popularity.
Yeah.
We're running to show people there's something out there that doesn't have a big corporation on it, and telling personalities what they can and can't say. And they're jamming in 8 commercials, and they're jamming in some music that you've heard a million times. Mm-hmm. So that's why the Yeah Come On show, 4 hours of Atlanta radio done in 30 minutes, live without a net, works. We also don't edit. I can tell you, I worked in radio for 30 years. Jeff, 20. What you're hearing live, a lot of times isn't.
No, it's either re-recorded many times.
until the person that's doing it go, oh, yeah, I like the way I sound there.
Yeah.
I mean, the hell with that. Grab the mic and go. Be human.
That's what Live Without a Net is. That's what we're doing here on the Come On Show.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to make sure that when we get to Politictainment that we did it here in the Exit Well studios, because you know how much I can get fired up talking about Fauci and loud. I can't do that in a public place.
Okay.
So I couldn't do that at Regal Nissan. I was like, we can't do this Politictainment at Regal Nissan or anywhere else because I can get loud. Now, maybe after today, I won't be as demonized.
Okay, I don't know whether it's good or bad news, but if I do this, take it down a little. Because you freaked people out a week or two ago when you got upset because you never get upset. And I'm like, when Jeff gets passionate, man, he goes there.
Yeah. So we'll get there. We'll get there in a few minutes.
Politictainment coming up next. Right now, we're going to tell you about a situation in Atlanta. And I'll do all of this under the umbrella of Steve MZ.
Oh.
Or I can do an intro.
No. Let's do the Steve MZ for sure.
All
yeah,
right.
Let's just Steve. Mike wasn't ready for that. That was
the show opened because I wasn't going to mention why I was wearing my red, white, and green hat and why I'm in a green shirt, because that show is for Americans that love money. You got to love America, love money. It's a capitalism show.
Mm-hmm. Steve MZ.
All right, Steve MZ getting into it. First off, worked for the airlines, Atlantic Southeast Airlines, for 3.5 years. Worked for Marriott in flight for a year in 85, catering Eastern, Sabina, British Caledonia, the large aircrafts. We were in the trucks that raised up and put food on them.
When they put in real meals.
Real meals.
They don't do that anymore.
With real silverware.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. The only thing was the only cheap thing you got, and you got that in Coach. We called them banana snacks, and to this day, I cannot get it out of my head. They're called 633s.
What is that?
Yeah, it's just you
like
say,
banana pudding.
633 was the code. No, it was just a banana with like little snacks crammed in with it. So you got a banana and other things wrapped in plastic.
That's kind of what they do now, but you got to pay for it.
Yeah, no, this was free back then. Then I worked for ASA and I learned a lot. I have a lot of pilot friends. Most of them fly for Delta, but at that time they were flying prop, working their way up, dual engine and 4-engine, and we could seat anywhere from, we had one plane that did 15 seats, and then we had one that did 30, one that did 35, and one that did 50. And that's the way we operated off D-Concourse. Because of that job, had flight benefits. So I would fly Delta, and I just had to pay whatever the little fee was, taxes or whatever. So it was pretty much free. Mm-hmm. That's the one perk you get. I could totally, ASA, I could fly. We were going, I think at the time, 31 cities. I could go anywhere. On a plane flying to Fort Myers, and we're flying there, and we're taking off, and I'm with my roommate at the time, and we're in first class because it was available, and we're flying down to meet his family who has a place down there, and that's right where it gets tropical. Sanibel Island and all that's down there. So we're flying, we take off. So you're like this side shot. You're at this level. So you're probably maybe 1,000, 1,500 feet in the air. And all of a sudden, literally, I'm looking out the window. It's very bright. Nobody else is. When people have flown a lot, they don't, look, everything's so small. They don't look. Yeah. I always look. I'm a looker.
I do too.
It's so embarrassing. If you watch me, you'll be like, is it his first time flying?
Yeah, it's a first flight thing, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm a looker. Yeah. So as I'm looking, all of a sudden, vroom, right off our wingtip, I see an Eastern Metro prop plane. Now, I'm on a 757, and I saw their windows. I saw their faces.
It was that close?
That damn close.
In the air?
And I was like, and the flight attendant who's in a jump seat behind the captain sees me because I'm second row first class. And I'm like, and she saw it too, and she went,
don't panic. Don't panic.
Don't say anything. Just
wow.
And I kept it quiet. And she came over to me. Finally, she goes,
you were the only one that.
I'm the only one. My roommate didn't even see it. He wasn't even paying attention, man. And I was like, and she's like, so then she comes over. She goes, don't worry. I'll make your first drink a double. Uh-huh. And we laughed about it. I go, that was crazy. She goes, that was a near miss. And she heard the siren or whatever in the cabin, I guess, because she's right next to it. So she's literally, she's a good distance from me, but she heard it. And she came over and talked to me.
So she knew what you saw when she heard that, yeah.
And then when we landed, my roommate's father was a big guy for Delta. His uncle was a big guy for British Cal. They called and they literally listed it as a near miss. So I was in a near miss. Well, Atlanta just had another one. So there's a Delta flight. This just happened
Monday night.
And they're now talking about it's being released to the news. Delta flight coming in from Pittsburgh landing. Right now, Hartsfield Jackson Airport is the busiest airport in the world, not just the United States. Used to be O'Hare in Chicago. Well, there was a Delta flight 472, 68, 360, and 1568, all kind of involved in this. And you've got a plane coming down, and you got a plane that just landed. For some reason, that captain is braking more than he should because he's probably thinking he needs to cross over prior to going to end of runway. This one's coming down, and it sees him, and it's like, man, this guy's not out of the way enough. So they abort
the landing,
which freaks people out because you see yourself, and then all of a sudden you're doing this. So they go to abort. This guy's landing, but also the way they're aborting, he has to go off left. But you have another flight coming in that also has to abort and go out
because he's on a different path now.
And then there's a flight coming in behind that they're like 1568, just go around. So literally 4 planes affected, and that's what happened. And we have the audio now. Nobody got hurt. Delta, the greatest airline in the world, love them. But they're all about safety. And the FAA cockpit alerts went off on 2 aircrafts, and it's called the RA, which is it says RA alert, and that's an urgent maneuver you have to make
Manually.
It's not you are not on autopilot. That is manual.
Delta 2472, turn right heading 360, climb and maintain 4,000.
Right turn 360 to 4,000 for Delta 2472.
Affirmative, 4,000.
4,000 copy, 340 on the heading, Delta 2472.
Delta 911 coming departure, farewell.
Delta 1568 going around.
68, turn right heading 360, climb and maintain 4,000.
Right, 360. Delta 2472 responding RA.
RA. There he is. So it sounds like a lot of planes going to 4,000. That doesn't sound right.
No, but that's kind of a cruising altitude. You'd be surprised how many planes are going in circles. In the circle path, for those of you who have flown a lot in Atlanta, and we are an Atlanta-based show, but anybody else in the country, if you've ever flown in, you always see Stone Mountain. That's that big granite bubble. It looks like a pimple on a face when you're flying in the green. But they always circle out by Stone Mountain, then come back. It's always that pattern. They always send you that direction.
Would they have to just circle for a minute or two?
Because either the landing's not available or things are too congested, whatever. If there's any issue at all, that's the circle pattern. You'd be surprised how many planes, because at 4,000, everybody on approach is like at 2,500, so you're going under the circle path. And this has been explained to me by pilots, and I could be off on some of it, but I'm pretty on point. But there you go, a near miss. And we also had a near miss. Steve MZ, your final story, and it's all over social media. President Trump wants to bring a 16-year-old to the White House, Jeff. He wants to bring him in and give him the Medal of Badass.
Okay.
And the Medal of Badass
you don't have
is whatever.
You don't have to be 18 to get a medal.
You and I, something could happen today, and you and I could do something incredible, and Trump would call us in to give us the medals of badass.
What'd this kid do as a badass?
He's a lifeguard. He's 16 years old. He's in Santa Cruz, and he's in his lifeguard stand, and he's wearing the red shorts just like they do on Baywatch.
I've got a pair just like that, by the way, that I wear sometimes. Yeah.
Dude, you got to wear those to the pool. That's a panty dropper.
I know. It matches
Just like
my car.
Your car. Jeff has a red car that drops panties, and he wears panty dropper red lifeguard shorts. So it's in California, right? So the guy's sitting there, the Riptides. I've actually gone on the beach back when I was dating Nasty Cat. Her dad lived in Santa Cruz. So we go, this is like 07, 010, 2010, whatever, when I went out to California to visit her dad with her. And he lives in Santa Cruz. So I've been on that beach, and it's sandy, water cold, colder than our at Gulf for sure. But waves can come in, man, and it's not your Panama City waves.
Right. These are big surfing waves. It's a big surf coast.
And there's riptides, and then the water can pull you out. This kid, 10-year-old boy, swept out. You see him go out in the surf, and then all of a sudden you see this lifeguard run in. The waves are crashing, are probably this high. They're probably about 4 feet high, and he grabs the kid and he's trying to get him out. and then the wave comes in and crashes. You don't see anybody. And then when the wave retracts, they are further into the ocean because it pulled them. It took 2 minutes with waves crashing about every 20 seconds for them to get this kid out. And in the end, another lifeguard helped him. But the boy that did this is a California State Parks lifeguard. His name is Ryder Williams, and he is being set as a hero, and it's all over social media if you want to see it.
Okay, 16 years old and saved the kid.
And that's
And
it.
Trump's going to give him to the White House and have a medal ceremony.
Yeah, and this is a blonde-haired, tan kid that is about to date anybody in Santa Cruz that he wants, and that's Steve MZ.
Hey, this is Southside Steve, and I'm in Marietta at Small Sliders. Small Sliders off Windy Hill, just before Cobb Parkway, and we're going to show you today that Small Sliders is for everybody. Hey man, how's it going?
Good. Thank you for sliding through. Can I get a name for your order?
Slide through, dude. That's very cool. Yeah, I'm actually got a golf game, and I thought this would be perfect.
Oh yeah.
Just to grab something. Let me get your number 2.
Would that be all for you?
Yeah, that'll do it, man.
All right. Thank you for sliding through. They'll be ready for you right there.
Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. What's
Hi.
going on?
Thanks for sliding through. Can I get a good name for your order?
Yeah, come on. Put Stud.
All right, stud.
Little tailgate going on at the house.
Who's playing?
Falcons. Woo! Come on.
All right, what can I get for you today?
Let me get, because it's going to be a bunch. Do you have one of those boxes we can use?
A party pack?
Yeah.
A party pack comes with 25.
25. Let's do 25 sliders. I got a lot of people
All right.
coming over. And I don't need any drinks. We got beer. How you doing?
Good, and you? Thanks for sliding through.
Thought I'd
That's
get
nice.
something to eat. It's
Yeah.
always good to eat first. That way you can drink more.
Yeah. Can I get a name for the order?
Steven.
All right, Steven, what can I get for you?
Well, I'll tell you what you can get for me. First off, I like what I see. And I
Thank
mean
you.
that as far as sliders. Let's go ahead and go with the number 3 combo. I'm a little hungry.
Will that be
Look,
all for you?
Yeah, that's it.
All
That's
right.
it. I don't know what you're doing tonight, but come to town. We'll be in Atlanta and Buckhead for one party.
Maybe.
Maybe. Well, I'll tell you what, here's my card. Anytime you're available, I'm always available.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for the small sliders.
Thank you.
Who were those crazy guys? No matter what, we all have one thing in common, and that's small sliders. We love them. Right here off Windy Hill, just before Cobb Parkway in Marietta, Georgia. Yeah, come on.
Polydictainment.
All right, polydictainment. I also want to throw in Markwell therapy, David Markwell, because I don't know whether you're going to
Oh,
need
people
a
are going
counselor.
people are going to need it if they yeah.
Really? All right, there's David Markwell in our old studios, and he hasn't changed a bit. He hasn't grown hair on top of his head. The beard might be 2 inches longer. What a great, cool dude. And when you go into his office, he's kind of got that Pink Floyd painting on a wall. A couple of those. They look like Dali, but paintings.
Salvador Dali
Salvador
paintings.
Dali paintings, but he's got one that's just totally like Floyd looking. And he is a dude that talks soft. And man, he will get what's bothering you out and cleanse the soul. He's a great dude. That is Markwell Therapy. Do people need therapy after what just happened?
Well, I don't know if you need therapy. It's just we really didn't get anything, but the silence is deafening. Let me just tell you this. 111 times. Do you know what that is? That happened this morning since 8:30 a.m.
I can guess
111
100%. He
times.
pleaded the fifth.
He pled the fifth. Dr. Fauci had the hearing today,
What a
chaired
piece of
by
crap.
chaired by Ron Paul, and of course he answered.
I plead the fifth.
Wait, I've got it memorized. On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer under my Fifth Amendment constitutional right. He said the exact same thing 111 times. And then, it was all just so people could get stuff on the record.
Do you know the Fifth Amendment was most used prior to by Patty Hearst? That is a little throwback. Patty Hearst was
yeah.
taken, kidnapped, and then all of a sudden you see her in a holdup and she's got a gun, and basically her kidnappers, they say, mentally got her.
Yeah, she joined that gang. What would they call it? Something Army. Oh, I forgot the name of it. There was a whole documentary on her whole case.
Yeah, and if you watch the doc, it's pretty cool. But I remember that story so much vividly as a kid. You were too young. I was a high schooler, just getting into high school, maybe elementary. And Patty Hearst, whatever her attorneys told her, she pleaded the fifth like 7 times. Now Fauci's broken the record.
I think it probably has. And to me, it always means that you're guilty.
Yeah.
I mean, he already kind of feels like he was guilty of deceiving and all the other things because of his blanket pardon. So, two observations that I made. So there was, Ron Paul's the chair. Everybody thinks that Rand Paul's, going after Fauci. He's obsessed, like I am. But it's not just him. It's everybody. We just want answers.
Yeah.
Okay. So they're obviously, they know he's going to plead the fifth on everything, but they continue to ask questions, make statements to get it in the record. Hey, well, this is what happened. We know this.
He was asked this. We know this.
Yeah.
We know this.
Right. But then I noticed that some of the Democratic members that would ask questions that were kind of defending him.
Oh,
one I forgot her name, but she set up going, there's more measles cases these days because of vaccine hesitancy, and we had this outbreak of the food poisoning that's going around right now because there's been so many jobs cut with the FDA and all this from this administration. You just proved our point. Okay, the reason that we have vaccine hesitancy and all this other stuff is because of Fauci.
Yeah.
That's why we're all questioning. That's why we're not willing to fund every little thing the government wants to do when it comes to our health, because of him.
Yeah.
So you just proved the point that he's corrupt, because this is the reason we're in this situation, is because we don't trust the government. We don't trust the leaders of the government because of him.
Yeah, there's anti-vaxxers that are out there because
they're not. They're just health conscious.
Well, no, that's what I was going to tell you. They're labeled anti-vaxxers, but they're just to the point that they're either health conscious, they don't trust it, there's no research behind it. I think there's a couple that, doesn't everybody agree with the old polio shot, some of the old ones back in the day that we got? I mean, there's some of them you're like, because I had two small children, you had a kid, you know what you go through.
Yeah, well, it's why did when we were kids, we got like 12 doses, 12 vaccines by the age of 10 or whatever.
Yeah.
Now they get 72 by the age of 2 or whatever it is, because of the law that they passed in 1989, where the pharmaceutical industry is not liable for any vaccine injuries. So, bam, everyone's rushing to put vaccines on the schedule for kids. And the same thing with COVID. They just,
I didn't want to take the shot. We were mandated to take the shot. And I'm going to tell you right now, I would love to punch anybody that says no kings in the face. Trump hasn't made you do anything. But I can tell you Obama did with Obamacare. I can tell you Biden did with the shot.
Well, and they ripped this lady that was saying that was just ripping RFK Jr. Yeah, he's a conspiracy theorist. They always like to discredit him as any chance they can.
Sure.
But the next step would be Rand Paul's arguing, or he's going to make this argument that because he got this blanket immunity from Biden, any crimes Fauci committed between January of 2014 all the way to January of 2025, he's got this blanket immunity. If he has a blanket immunity, does he still get to have the Fifth Amendment privilege?
Oh.
So that's what he's going to argue. This committee's going to vote next year if they can hold him
I would think not.
in contempt, because why does he need the Fifth Amendment protection if he's already got this blanket pardon?
So what we could get is somebody not going to jail, but giving us the truth and really opening it up and telling us exactly what happened.
And I agree. And that's what I've been saying this whole time. I don't think he's going to jail. I don't want him to go to jail.
Who cares?
I just want him to fess up. And that's almost exactly what Rand Paul said afterwards. He was like, Dr. Fauci could have come here and said the truth, even if it incriminated him. He would not be penalized because he has this blanket immunity. He could have just come and said, hey, yes, I made some mistakes. I misled this. I thought this, and I mishandled this. Whatever. He could have just come out and said,
I lied about this,
which is what we all wanted. That's all I want. That's all he was saying he wants to do. We were not looking to put him in jail, but if he's going to continue to hide, then he's going to keep pushing. So this is not over.
Good. Well, it's exciting. It's exciting, and I'm sure everybody will be talking about it tonight.
Oh yeah. Did
Fauci look healthy? Like he's going to be around for a couple years?
I noticed. I didn't watch.
Is he a little feeble?
I listened, but he couldn't. He was kind of like looking down the whole time. He didn't look at. He wasn't looking up a lot like in other hearings. He was just kind of like looking down. Would read us, on the advice of counsel. He just never really. He wasn't up like he was back on every TV show back in the 2020.
What a piece of crap! Yeah, I don't like the dude either. I don't like hate him.
No, I just want him to. I just want him to tell the truth, and for his family to be stripped of all of their wealth and put back into the Treasury. That's my answer.
Yeah, strip the wealth. Take the wealth. He doesn't go to jail, and they don't profit from basically pulling a hoax on the country. And guess what? It's facts. I plead the fifth.
Attention golfers, or should I say attention people that live in a subdivision that allows golf carts, or maybe you just want one to ride around your house because you got land. This is a used golf cart. This is a club car. It has a sound system in here you can't see. It's been completely refurbished, new lithium battery. The seats are incredible, and this thing is $5,000 off a new one, and it was only used for a year or so. And if you mention the Yeah Come On deal, it's $500 off that. This could be yours at North Atlanta Golf Cart right now in Dawsonville, Southside Steve. Yeah, come on.
Yeah, come on. And yeah, come on, sports. I'm just going to hit you with a blitz of a little stuff here and there. We're not going to get into scores. We will, obviously, as things get closer for the Atlanta Braves and we get closer to preseason on your Atlanta Falcons. But there are a few little cool things happening. The Dodgers, guess what? They visited the White House. I thought that was nice.
Freddie Freeman?
Yeah, Freddie. They all went. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they went. The Dodgers went to the White House. Isn't that nice?
Why?
Well, you know, when you win World Series, you get to go.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. It's not your sport. It's not your thing. But I'm looking at everybody, you know, everybody's shaking hands. The manager's shaking hands with Trump. The players are shaking hands with Trump. Just the way it's supposed to go. Way to go, L.A.
Wait, Tommy Lasorda was there?
Yeah. Oh, wait, he's poor Tommy. Yeah, Jeff's going way back in sports. Then you've got other things happening out there in sports. The DUI stuff's pretty good on, and I'm not going after him. I don't want anybody to think I like Tony Romo. I actually think he's a great announcer. I don't know about you. If you watch him, former Dallas Cowboy quarterback.
I just remember they used to call him Tony Homo.
Well, that's
when he was playing.
When
right?
he's playing, yeah. I mean, what the hell, Romo, Homo? I mean, it's on the table. Call him. We know he's straight, but Homo's fun. So he literally, now you can go and watch it. We're not going to air it just because it doesn't matter. It's just another drunk, but you can go find it if you want to. But they've got the video. The video never looks really good when you talk to somebody, you know, when you see him. And they asked him where he was going, and he said he was going to grandma's house.
Well, was he? He might have been. That's a legitimate answer.
But it's like Little Red Riding Hood or whatever. He's like, I'm going to grandma's house. And I'm sorry, that's funny as hell. Maybe he thought he was going to get out of it, but he said he was going to grandma and granddad's house. That's where he was driving to. And he's just trying to get there. And you're pulling me over, and they're expecting me, and they're old, and I need to go see them, and you're going to give me a DUI. I mean, that's a good way to get out of one if you like that. Also in sports, I mean, to me, that's funny. What about when somebody makes a horrible mistake? They always try to lie. Like if you get in a car accident, people lie. Mm-hmm. You know, they're like, I wasn't doing anything, officer. I wasn't speeding, officer. I wasn't looking at my phone, officer. Isn't it refreshing when somebody literally takes the hit?
Yeah.
I mean, would you do that?
If I really knew, like if I got into a little fender bender and it was 100% my fault, I'd probably just say, yes, let's exchange insurance and get on with it.
Well, Kyle Shanahan, who was here in Atlanta, and, you know, he did a great job, and then he left all of a sudden, and he's been coaching. He's trying to do everything that he can. He actually made a mistake. He had a car accident, and he told the officer, it's my fault, 100%. He goes, I was looking for my phone.
Oh.
That's refreshing.
Yeah, it is.
I'd give the guy a raise. That is refreshing sports right there. And lastly, two people that have been told by their wives they can continue to play. Aaron Rodgers, his little wifey, is helping him mend the ills of his families and getting him back together. She goes, he gets one more year to play, and then it's deuces. So one more year we get of Aaron Rodgers on the field, and Justin Herbert, who plays for the Chargers, good-looking dude, great guy. Nobody has anything bad to say about him, is bolting to the altar with a hottie. He's finally like, I'm near the end, middle, whatever, but it's time now to have a wife. And that is sports. You have anything else to add on track 13? Do you know where we need to go? Because it's all about the blues.
Well, you're doing the blues, and I thought we'd do a Stevie Ray Vaughan.
All right, and since we're doing music, I like to always, occasionally, I don't like putting them last because they're first in our hearts because we love a good time. Rock and Taco, we will be there That will be literally the first Thursday, so it'll be August 6th. And we'll be there with the Yacht Rock Schooner Band. And we're going to go ahead and throw this out to them. And we're going to throw this out to my boys at Elite Finishes. Elite Finishes is painting. And he's also Roswell Alpharetta base primarily, but they will paint anywhere, including the south side. And not everybody wants to drive down there, people. But if you've got some painting to do, inside or outside, I think your girl wants to do some painting in her kitchen.
Cabinets, just like yours.
Do the cabinets like I did.
Yeah.
And Elite Fitness will handle it. So go to Elite Finishes. Not, yeah. Hey, who knows? Maybe those guys do work out. Elite Finishes, GA for Georgia.com.
So we'll end the show there with some continuing our blues with the great Stevie Ray Vaughan. Died in 1990 in, I believe, a helicopter crash.
It was a helicopter crash. He was playing somewhere down, and he was taking a helicopter up, and it's one of those weird foggy deals, man. They didn't have visual.
I don't think I could get in a helicopter.
Oh, I've done a bunch of helicopter rides.
Yeah.
Dude, I've done the one that you do out in Scottsdale, Arizona, where they go through the
Grand Canyon?
Grand Canyon, we're getting the monuments, all the like Western scenes you've seen in the John Wayne movie.
Yeah.
And dude goes, do you want the tour ride or do you want a real ride? And it was me and Tim Rhodes at the time, who I did afternoons with on 96 Rock. We go, give us the real ride. Dude, it was banking, going down, going up. It was intense.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't handle that. So, Stevie Ray Vaughan on Blues Week. We are going to do Can't Stand the Weather. Couldn't Stand the Weather.
That's a good, odd, off the beaten path. Not always the hit, but Blues Week. We gave you Robert Cray yesterday, Stevie Ray Vaughan today. We'll see who you get tomorrow.